Hey there YouTube, Creeposaurian here, and today what we're going to be doing is having a little discussion about the new Lightsworn support that I'm really excited that's going to be coming out in Crossed Souls, if I remember correctly. That's what they're coming out in. Not too sure about it, but gotta move that out of the way. Let's scroll down here. So the first one that's coming out is the new Lightsworn Xyz, which gives this deck a whole bunch of support because I'm almost positive that they're also coming out with pendulums for them, which allows you more access to, Xyz plays, because when you're usually going out for Lightsworns, you're only going to have like one or two on the field at a time or something like that, because you're trying to mill a whole bunch and get them into the grave, and you're going to blow everything up with JD. But having access to Xyz plays with the new pendulums, which I couldn't find anywhere on the internet for some reason, if I can, I'll just do another video on the pendulums themselves. But the first one is the Lightsworn Saint Minerva, or when it gets changed, it's going to be Minerva the Saint of the Lightsworn. And I really think that Minerva needed an upgrade, if you will, because her regular effect monster was, in my opinion, I only put her in there to... Oh dear, don't do that. To just give an extra mill, and if I do come across the chance that I have her and a level 4 non-tuner monster, I have to wait a turn and then get her on the field somehow, or do something stupid, or have already a wolf on the field and a Lumina, and then I'll just special summon her so I can sync. But I didn't do that all that often. I kind of just kept her in the deck so I get an extra mill off. I think that's what most Lightsworn players did, but I'm really pumped for this upgrade, and I'll read the effect. It's a rank 4 Light Fairy type Xyz effect monster. Yep, it's generic. It has a 2000 attack, 800 defense. Again, generic, rank 4. Its effect is you can only use each effect of Minerva, Saint of the Lightsworn, once per turn. 1. You can detach one Xyz material from this card, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard, and if there are any Lightsworn cards sent, draw 1 card from your deck for each. That's insane. So, what you're gonna do is Lightsworn decks are pretty much all monsters, and just getting free pluses for draws, broken, I think. And again, the pendulums make this so strong. This upgraded version of Minerva can bring this deck to a new point, and I'm really excited for it. Just being able to draw into more combo pieces, and more combo pieces, and more combo pieces is insane. It's pretty much saying you're going to get 3 free cards, because you're pretty much going to mill all monsters. And even then, if it's a spell card, it's probably going to be like, Solar Recharge or something like that. But, it gets milled off most of the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But when you do draw into Solar Recharges, you're just going to Solar Recharge, send, draw, whatever. The next one is, if this card is destroyed by battle, or your opponent's card effect, and sent to the graveyard, you can send the top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard, and if there are any Lightsworn monsters sent, you can destroy a number of cards on the field up to the amount destroyed. Up to that amount. Sorry, there's stuff popping up on my screen. It's distracting me if I sound a little choppy when I'm talking. Again, she kind of has the same effect as, what's-his-face, Michael, where when he's destroyed, he gets a little effect that can, give you a little bit more pluses, or not really pluses, but, a little edge over your opponent. So, being able to, when this card is destroyed, and mill 3, and if they're, you can send top 3 cards from your graveyard, and if there are any Lightsworn, which you probably will mill Lightsworn stuff, destroy that same amount. Okay then. Anyway. And the new Lightsworn Trap, which pretty much gives you a free Judgment Dragon. Don't mind whatever you heard in the background. It's pretty much, the first effect says, return this card to the top of the deck. So, if it's in your graveyard or anything like that, send it back to the top of the deck. And it's going to get milled, so if this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by the effect of a Lightsworn card, add 1 Judgment Dragon from your deck to your hand. Wow. Card is too strong. Just free JD, thanks. And this makes, pretty much makes Lightsworn players force themselves to run traps. Why not run 3 of this? It's free JD's the boss monster of that deck. Why wouldn't you run it in any situation? And that's pretty much it for this little discussion video. I really like the support and everything for the deck, and I'm really excited for it to come out so I can try it out at locals and all that stuff, because this card in particular is just too broken. Being able to just return it, mill it back, return it, mill it back is holy Jesus. Being able to just cycle it over and over and over and over again. And having the option to run 3 is ridiculous. And this card, while it isn't, you know, #1 top tier card, gonna make this deck #1 again, it gives it that edge now that it didn't have after, you know, its little time in the spotlight and then slowly going back down because, you know, necros and stuff like that. But it can give it the little edge that it needs now to bring it back up to where it can do this deck can still do a lot of damage, but still being able to do even more damage than it could before and spam out for those Judgment Dragons. And again, having the ability to mill even faster now because getting into that Xyz monster with, you know, the new pendulums, which I'll probably do another video on. New pendulums, you can go for her, you know, destroy her or something like stupid like that, or use her first effect to mill and then draw a whole bunch and then use those effects or whatever. Getting into JD with, you know, the new Judgment, what is it? What's the name of it again? Judgment of the Lightsworn. Oh, it just makes this so exciting for me so I can play this new engine in it or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button as hard as you can, and subscribe to my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! And gaming videos. And as always, hope you enjoyed.